Europe in summer looks like the dream version of travel. Long evenings, outdoor cafes, beaches, old cities, train rides, rooftop views, and that feeling that every street could turn into a postcard. But here's the thing, Europe in summer is not automatically the best version of Europe. It is the most popular version. And those are completely different things. Most tourists plan Europe around the fantasy. They imagine warm weather, beautiful cities, and easy movement between countries. What they don't imagine is arriving in July or August and realizing everyone else had the same idea. The hotel is expensive. The restaurant is full. The train is packed. The museum line is longer than expected. The beach is not empty. And suddenly the trip still looks beautiful, but it feels way more stressful than it was supposed to feel. The first mistake is thinking summer weather means the best experience. And technically, in some ways it does. The days are long. The weather is warm. The cities stay alive late into the evening. The Mediterranean feels exactly like the version people dream about in January. But here's the catch. Everyone knows this, which means the same weather that makes Europe attractive also brings the highest prices, the biggest crowds, and the least flexibility of the year. July and August are not just warm months. They are peak pressure months. This is where people get disappointed. Not because Europe is bad, but because they paid peak season prices expecting a movie. Then they got the real thing. Crowds in Rome, lines in Paris, packed streets in Venice, expensive rooms in Barcelona, full ferries in Greece, and beach towns that feel more crowded than relaxing. Places like Santorini, Amalfi Coast, Dubrovnik, Venice, Rome, Paris, and Barcelona can still be amazing in summer, but they are not effortless. They require more patience than most tourists expect. The second mistake is underestimating the heat. A lot of travelers still think of Europe as warm, not intense. That idea is outdated in a lot of places. Southern Europe has had repeated heat waves in recent summers, especially across Spain, Italy, Greece, Portugal, and parts of France. And heat changes everything. It changes how long you want to walk, how much you enjoy old streets with no shade, how romantic a city feels at 2 in the afternoon, and how much patience you have for crowds. A city can be beautiful and still be exhausting. The mistake is not visiting Europe in summer. The mistake is pretending summer doesn't change the rules. If you plan your days like it's spring, you'll probably burn out. You need slower mornings, longer breaks, more realistic walking distances, and fewer must-see attractions stacked on the same day. Summer Europe rewards people who pace themselves. It punishes people who try to conquer it. Another huge mistake is trying to see too many countries. This is probably the classic first Europe trip mistake. People open a map and Europe looks small. London, Paris, Amsterdam, Rome, Barcelona, Athens, it all feels close enough. So they build a 2-week itinerary that looks impressive on paper and miserable in real life. Because every city change costs more than the ticket. It costs packing, checkout, transfers, waiting, delays, finding the hotel, learning the transport system again, and losing half a day without realizing it. That's the trap. Europe is easy to move around compared to many parts of the world, but easy does not mean free. A train ride may be simple, but doing it every 2 days turns the trip into logistics. And once the trip becomes logistics, Europe starts feeling less like an experience and more like a project. The tourists who enjoy Europe the most are often not the ones who see the most countries. They're the ones who actually have enough time to feel where they are. The fourth mistake is choosing destinations because they look perfect online. And this one is dangerous because it feels like good planning. You see the perfect cliffside town, the perfect beach, the perfect cafe street, the perfect sunset viewpoint, and you think that's where you need to go. But the internet is very good at showing how a place looks. It is terrible at showing how a place feels when 10,000 other people are trying to stand in the same spot. That's why some famous places feel strange in summer. They're still beautiful, but they don't feel personal. You are not discovering them. You are entering a system built around millions of people discovering the same thing at the same time. That doesn't mean you should avoid iconic places. It means you should understand what you're buying. Sometimes you are paying for beauty. Sometimes you are paying for access to a very crowded version of beauty. The fifth mistake is booking the cheapest hotel without understanding the location. This can quietly ruin a Europe trip. A hotel that saves you $40 a night but adds 40 minutes each way can be a bad deal, especially in summer, when heat and crowds already drain your energy. The cheapest room is not always the cheapest experience. Sometimes staying closer to the area you actually want to enjoy saves more than money. It saves your mood. Another mistake is assuming every European city works the same way. Europe is not one destination. Spain in August is not the same as Scotland in August.
Greece is not the same as Switzerland.
Portugal is not the same as the Netherlands. Even within the same country, a beach town, a capital city, and a mountain village can feel like completely different trips. The smarter question is not, is summer good for Europe? The smarter question is, which version of Europe am I actually choosing? And this is where shoulder season starts making a lot more sense. May, early June, September, and early October often give travelers a better balance. Not always perfect weather. Not always empty streets. But usually less pressure, better prices, more breathable cities, more space to enjoy the place instead of constantly managing the crowd. That's why experienced travelers often prefer these months. They're not chasing the hottest version of Europe. They're chasing the version that feels better to actually travel through. Common mistake: thinking July and August are the only real summer trip. They're not. They are the obvious trip. And obvious usually means expensive. If your dream is beaches, nightlife, and high-energy destinations, July and August can absolutely work. But if your dream is romance, quiet streets, relaxed meals, and feeling like you can actually breathe, then peak summer may be the worst version of the exact place you wanted to love. And the biggest mistake is trying to make Europe perfect. Europe in summer is not perfect. It is a trade-off. You get long days, energy, beaches, events, and that classic summer atmosphere. But you also get crowds, heat, higher prices, and less flexibility. The travelers who enjoy it most are not the ones who pretend those trade-offs don't exist. They're the ones who choose them on purpose. So, here's the real framework. If you want maximum energy and don't mind crowds, July and August make sense. If you want better balance, look at May, early June, September, or early October. If you want beaches, choose your region carefully and accept that everyone else wants beaches too. If you want cities, build in breaks and don't plan like the weather has no effect on your body. The truth about Europe in summer is that it can be incredible, but it is not incredible by default. You have to understand what season you're actually buying. Because the best Europe trip is not the one with the most countries, the most famous places, or the hottest weather. It's the one where the reality matches what you actually value. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, smash that like button and subscribe to When to Travel. We're all about helping you make smarter travel decisions. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. And hey, if you think your friends need this, share it. Comment below with your next destination or your biggest travel question. I'm reading all of them. Let's go.